Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Cage Show. And today I guess is going to be a pretty interesting video that I didn't even know I was going to make. So it's going to be pretty off the cuff, and to be honest, I don't even know exactly what I'm going to say. But DJ Vlad put out a tweet talking about gamers and depression, and which has seemed to have turned into multiple tweets now. So let's just get into it. DJ Vlad said, as an adult, playing video games for long periods of time is a form of depression. If you don't believe me, ask yourself this. Think about the 100 greatest moments in your life. Do any of those moments include video games? Probably not. And this comes from a lifetime gamer. So DJ Vlad is a pretty successful individual. I'd say, I even go as far as to say he is a part of the 1% of people in this world. He doesn't know what it's like to be a regular person. That's just the facts. So he takes a very collectivist route with this. And for me personally, I'm very individualistic. I wholeheartedly understand and realize that every person is unique in this world. We are born with different genetics, each and every single one of us, which gives us a unique composition, making us who we are. I am different from anybody who's watching this video. I think differently. We all think differently. This is coming from a person from a very collectivist mindset. And the reason why I bring that up is because, well, he realizes, well, fuck. This is a very broad statement. I have to add amendments to this statement. So then he goes on to say, well, that escalated quickly. Just to clarify, this doesn't apply to e-gamers or people who have turned gaming into a career. This isn't about someone who plays a few hours a week. This is about people who constantly devote a double-digit percentage of their lives to gaming. And then he also has to continue. And he says, for everyone in the comments claiming some of the greatest moments in their life come from gaming, you are truly letting life pass you by. So it's like, he put out this fucking insane tweet that pretty much is a collectivist mindset in grouping everyone together, failing to realize that everyone has their own reasons for doing things. And he has to quickly amend this statement with multiple others. And I believe he's probably not fucking done yet. He's probably going to continue to have to amend and add stipulations to this. It's because, bro, what you said was fucking retarded. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but it is. Look, man, what I like to do is learn why people do the things that they do. Like I said, Vlad is a very successful individual. He probably has a more interesting life than most other people. That's probably why gaming isn't very satisfying to him. At the end of the day, most of us people that are, me, for example, or anybody who's watching this video, we're just regular average fucking Joes, just living through life, working our 9 to 5s, just doing what we have to do to get by. And some of us, gaming is a way to just have fun. That's our entertainment value. Most of us can't afford to go here and go there every fucking day. You know, we don't have the privilege of meeting famous people all the time and having all these breakthroughs just because of who we are or what we have. Most of us just getting by. Now, to say that everyone who plays a lot of video games is severely depressed or dealing with depression, that specifically the video games themselves make us depressed, no, that's not. To jump to that conclusion is ignorant. Stop being so fucking ignorant. You know, like, you have to get to know people to understand that. For me personally, I mean, a very personal thing that had made me very depressed for a long period of time is the death of my grandmother. When my grandmother was in a comatose state on her deathbed, shit, all I could do besides visiting her, and that was very extreme. You know, when she was in the hospital, I had a very hard time dealing with that. But I would go visit to get used to the reality that she wasn't going to get any better, and at some point she was going to have passed, and I would have to see her unfortunately, having passed at her funeral. So I would occasionally go to the hospital to see this individual, but then once to get used to this reality, but I would go home and play video games the 2 weeks she was in this state because I didn't know how to deal with coming to terms with that. The only thing that got me through it was checking out and playing The Witcher 3 and Overwatch. And that's what I had to do to get me through that. I don't think anything else could have gotten me through that. So people use video games for different reasons. Understand why. Stop thinking that everyone is the same. I had to do what I had to do because I was depressed. I wasn't depressed because of the video games. I was depressed because of a really messed up situation in my life that I could not change. So video games in that situation helped me deal with the reality that was my life at that time. Now, people, abuse video games like people abuse alcohol, like people abuse drugs. These can become addictions, of course, and at what point do we deem this as an addiction? Well, when you're giving up, when you're not doing what you need to do, when you're completely ignoring your responsibilities and your obligations in life for these video games. Now, that's when it does become a problem. And, to those people, I'd say, like, if you need help with the situation, get the help that you need, or, just do your best to try and prioritize what is truly important first and foremost, because everyone makes mistakes, man. I'm not here to look down on anyone. We all make errors, and we all have to deal with challenges in our lives. And as long as it's good to encourage people to try and do the right thing, not to browbeat them by any means, but try and make the changes that you need, to make priorities and to take priority in your life, but if you're doing everything that you need to do, everything is accounted for, you're on top of it. If you want to fucking sit home and play video games for 8 fucking hours, who am I to judge you? Who's fucking a DJ Vlad to judge you? Fuck that. Fuck all that bullshit. At the end of the day, it's our life, and we have the ability to choose to live it how we see fit. And I don't think that Vlad should fucking judge anyone, because he doesn't know anything at the end of the day. You don't know what anyone's going through. You don't know what the fuck is going on in people's lives. All you know is what you know. And to me, it sounds like Vlad just doesn't like gaming anymore. And it's okay. Just admit you don't like gaming anymore and move the fuck on. If you pick up a controller, and every time you pick up that controller and you play games and you're like, man, this is fucking depressing, maybe you just aren't much of a gamer anymore. That's not your hobby anymore. I mean, that's completely fine. Everyone falls out of it. I've shared that video games aren't as fulfilling to me as they used to be, like the mass majority of them. When I was a kid, I used to find so much fun in everything that I played. Now it's kind of very picky and choosy sort of deal. So, I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not interested in gaming anymore. It means that there's a small group of games that truly do interest me in comparison to how it used to be. But I'm, in fact, still a gamer. I still find some great enjoyment out of some of the games that I do play. But Vlad seems to think that whenever he plays video games for a long period of time, it's just depressing as fuck. And it's just like, okay, well then stop playing. What? I don't know what to tell you, bro. But yeah, guys. What do you guys think about this tweet? I think it's insane to judge everyone in a collectivist way when everyone has different reasons for what they do. DJ Vlad, I think that this was a very poor statement on your part. And just because your life is definitely more interesting than many other people's will be, don't think that all of a sudden what everyone else, what the 99% are doing is suddenly bad. I don't really like that bullshit. But anyways, guys, that's all I got to say about this video. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitch or Twitter if you want to continue the conversation. And guys, with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.